Something that Brandon and I saw on Saturday, and I just realized Mark hasn't seen this.
What is?
It's AI that I've never seen AI like this. Oh, I shouldn't have told him it was AI.
All right, so it's AI. You're seeing a picture of High Pitch Eric and Shuli Egar.
Uh-huh.
It's just a normal picture, but then with AI.
Well, you can tell it's AI.
Look, they just start making out. Look at that. They're making out.
And then there's Stuttering John with Gina Levy.
Yeah, that's Bob Levy's wife. And there's Shuli making out with, is that Bob Levy?
Bob Levy.
It's Bob Levy.
Yeah.
And then Carl puts his hands on Stuttering John's cheeks and starts making out with Stuttering John.
He's so romantic. He's such a tender lover.
I had not thought of AI being used this way.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre. It's incredible what you can do with it now. And this, look at, because it has.
They close their eyes too, Shuli and
Carl
close their eyes and start making out.
Carl turns his entire body,
puts his hand on John's cheeks
and kisses him.
John seemed really into that too.
The power
that
of
one,
AI.
That one with Gina Levy doesn't even match up. She's like twice his size.
The size doesn't match. You're right. That's kind of weird. It's like a giant is making out with.
Yeah.
Who's she making out with her? Oh, John.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that's Carl from like what high school? Is that a high school picture?
I think it's like an old school LinkedIn photo, but it's incredible how it can turn around and you can see the back of his head as he makes out with Stuttering John Melendez.
Isn't it bizarre?
That's funny. Yeah.
AI is crazy.
Yeah, I know some people were really reacting to it in the comments, and oh god, anytime you enter the Dabbleverse, the comments, Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh, well, first of all,
people being mean to you.
Not really, nothing too serious. It's to be expected, but I just don't look up at the camera, and I hate being on camera, and so whenever I get introduced to a new audience, I go, "Why can't you think I see that guy's face?"
Well, you wear a hat too, so that makes it harder.
And I have my head down a lot, and I just don't. I don't like.
You're not supposed to look at the camera, are you? Or I don't know. All the rules are just out the window now, especially with editing, and it drives me up a wall.
But most people do look at the camera, or they try to look at the camera. I really have always hated being on camera. So somebody's pointing out that I'm who's the guy who's like Michael J. Fox on the microphone, which is me, because I'm just kind of herky-jerky. When I talk, I'm trying to be relaxed right now, but I tend to. So, and then people were suggesting that maybe he doesn't have any. He's lost a lot of teeth. Maybe that's why he does it.
Why are you guys bullying me?
Or maybe you're reading. I mean, isn't it weird when you watch the news and then there's somebody who's looking at the camera when they're talking to them?
Yes.
It's oft-putting.
No, I do look at notes. That's part of it,
well,
but I'm just not.
That's absolutely why.
The camera has never been my friend, in my opinion. I just never liked being on camera, so I need to do a much better job. Then someone says, imagine having photos at floor level like that.
Huh?
I got some pictures.
Oh, well, that's because every piece of the wall is covered around here.
No.
That's funny. What a observation that is.
Well, if you've never seen this studio and you don't know how haphazardly
there's a lot to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was kind of good because it gives you more. And then somebody was ragging about, why does this old man have baseball jerseys hung haphazardly in every direction on plastic hangers?
Why not? What do you care? What do they care? Who gives
Those
a
are awesome jerseys. That's Aaron Judge right there. Boom.
I mean, nothing sums up Drew more than the fact that you have these great autographed jerseys just hanging on hangers, just hanging on things in a basement.
It's like a locker room.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's wrong with that?
The plastic hangers is the part that really gets me. It's funny. Because I never thought about that. That's how, that's what a slob I am.
Cedar wood hangers.
Well, they should be framed, and they shouldn't be haphazard.
They should be framed and hung near the floor. We don't have any more wall space down here.
And honestly, I was just thinking about this because I watch a lot of podcasts. I'm like, look at that beautiful studio. Look at Red Bar's gorgeous studio. There's a real effort. And going to video, we were the last audio-only podcast, I would say. We're one of the very, very few. And when we finally started putting things on YouTube, there was really no effort into upgrading the studio. And
well, it's not a great room for video anyway because it's so small and low, and the ceiling's low.
Yeah, so it just makes me feel like, oh God, I'm so half-assed.
So what? Said all the rules are gone. Nobody cares about professionalism anymore.
Well, I see a lot of people with super expensive studios who do a shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. But
look at Hawk Tua.
If you think you're doing a good show, you should have a nice studio. So I guess I should have a nice studio. If I think that, and I do think that, I think we do pretty well. Then this is the most insulting. Is Drew the new Phil Elmore of the Dabbleverse?
Phil Elmore.
Do you know who Phil Elmore is?
I've heard the name there, but I'm not sure who he is.
He's this old geezer. I mean,
doesn't he do karate and stuff?
Yeah. He was really. He sort of came off as a psychiatrist or something who was analyzing Stuttering John, and he just started doing it on his own. And then the Dabbleverse noticed him, and then they started inviting him into the Dabbleverse, and then the Dabbleverse deep dove on him and found him doing these weird karate videos and stuff. And that was the end of Phil Elmore. I think that was the end of him, wasn't it?
Let them do some deep diving on you. They'll find some cool shit.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that. Then the unbelievable lack of awareness of Drew shitting on Mike Kelta for doing a show out of his basement should be the cringe of the decade. He described Carl and himself in every way. Okay, you missed the point. The point was that Mike Calta works at a radio station.
Yes.
And he doesn't go into the radio station. The radio station should, by rights, have a better studio than Mike Calta, I would think.
Yes.
Maybe they don't. Cross City is a very nice studio. So I understand Mike Calta. I would think the radio station, wouldn't you think they'd put pressure on him to be in the studio because they want him there?
I think you would want to go in.
But what about COVID?
Well, I think he probably, good on Mike if he can just do it at home. I wasn't really ragging on, I think I probably didn't connect very well on that. I was really trying to say, I can't believe the radio station doesn't make him come in.
Yeah.
Because if you get, for example, if you're doing something and local TV wants to shoot you, you want him at the radio station with the logos and the signs and
the rest
stuff.
of the staff,
Yeah, and you also want the morning show kind of knocking around with the sales staff and people in the building. You don't want your shows hidden away somewhere nobody can get to them. I mean, they want that.
Yeah.
But you don't want that. So it wasn't really. I thought his studio looked okay. To be honest, I had no complaints with it.
Looked fine.
So yeah, oh boy.
Don't read the comments.
I know I'm being overly sensitive. I was excited to be in the Dabbleverse. It was fun to be on WATP, and they do have the videos up. If you go on YouTube, if you want to see the Stuttering John segment, the Mike Calta, or my favorite was the Hey Todd segment, which will probably be not even the most popular, but I thought that was really good. And then the whole show's on iTunes, on Who These Podcasts, on any of the places you go for that.